Hi and welcome back to Joe Talks Cars, and welcome to another video. I apologise for the delay in this video. I haven't been doing many updates because I went on holiday for a bit and I've had just a little bit of a break from YouTube, so apologies for the delay, but I'm just doing this video today to give you a very quick update on what's happening with the Porsche now. So regular viewers of this channel know that the car has gone into the garage. It's gone in because it's got bore scoring. If you click the link in the description, that'll take you to the playlist all about how I discovered the car was essentially broken and everything that led up to that point. So the car has gone into Strasser at Leeds, and although they said I couldn't do any filming while I was in the garage, they did say they would send me a lot of photos, lots of information and some videos when they had an update, and I received it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just going to go through it on my phone, show you some of the pictures on the screen and talk you through what they've found and what they're going to be doing essentially to get this car fixed again. So they stripped the full engine down. They did it really quickly. I dropped the car off on like a Friday and by the Monday they'd fully stripped it down, got the engine out and everything. I asked them the question because a lot of people have been asking what exactly are they replacing on the car. So apart from anything else that we find and need to replace over the next few weeks, the initial list of things to replace is as follows. So they're doing 12 bearing shells, 14 crank bearings, 2 thrust washers, 4 throttle control elements, 3 chain tensioner blades, 3 chains and an oil separator. They did actually notice when the engine was stripped down that the oil pump had signs of scoring. They have actually taken a picture of this and I'll pop it on the screen now. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here, but apparently this is scoring on the oil pump, so that does need to be replaced. I don't know how much that part is going to be, but obviously it's going to add some cost to the build, which is a little bit annoying, but this is the sort of thing that you find as you're stripping cars down. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. They also discovered that initially we felt that it needed a piston, possibly 2. It turns out it does need actually 3 pistons, so all down one side, 4, 5 and 6. It needs full replacements. So the cost of the pistons and rings from Porsche is increasing dramatically, according to Strasser. They can supply a full set of Marley, I think they're called Marley pistons and rings, and they're £1,200 plus VAT, so it's a lot cheaper than the Porsche ones, because like I said, the Porsche ones have gone up in price massively. They're £1,829 for 3 of them plus VAT, so a massive price difference. So I will be going for the full 6 pistons, replacing the whole lot, because at the end of the day these pistons are probably just as good as the Porsche factory ones, and at least I've got 6 brand new ones, so it will be totally repaired. So on to the images. So the first image that I've got, which I really quite like this image, they've taken a picture of the car without the engine in it, and although the engine's in the back, it's a bit different compared with like a normal car, so they haven't taken a picture of like where it was, but look how high the wheel, the arch cap is. You could literally stick your whole head in there. I think that's really funny. That's the only indication that the engine's out, because as you can see in the back, I don't know if you can actually see, but you can see the engine cover is still on there. So yeah, it's lifted out clearly from underneath, and yeah, it just looks really funny, just sat there with no engine in it. The second one is a picture of the engine and gearbox totally removed from the car. It looks absolutely ginormous in the picture, but this is the engine just as it come out, ready to strip it down. This is a picture of the cylinder heads removed. Now, I'm not the most mechanically minded person. I don't honestly know what I'm looking at, being honest with you. But when I did speak to a few people, yeah, they're not meant to look like this. They're not meant to be covered in black carbon. There was clearly issues. The oil mixing with the fuel probably caused this. But yeah, they're not meant to be that black. It's just full of carbon. The next picture is of the engine and the gearbox from the other side. This is an automatic one, so if you've got a manual, obviously it's going to look quite different from this. But yeah, there is the engine and the gearbox fully removed from the car. Actually looks quite clean as well. I'm quite impressed. It doesn't look bad. Having said that, it's only done like 48,000 miles, so it should look pretty good, and it's a bit of a shame that it's totally knackered, if I'm being honest. So this is a picture of the cylinder heads now they've been removed, so you can see the valves in there. I think it's filled with oil. I'm assuming it's meant to have oil in there. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I don't honestly know what I'm looking at here. But here is another picture of the cylinder head. So I'll zoom in and have a look around, and I'm sure someone will be able to look at this and decide whether it looks good or it looks bad, but like I said, if I'm honest, I don't really know what I'm looking at on that one. This is the stripped engine block. So this is quite a nice picture. You can see right into the cylinders there. Really nice picture of that. Those cylinders, from at least from that image, look quite good. No sign of scoring. But then on the other side, this is cylinders 4, 5 and 6. This is the first one. So as you can see in the corner of there, that is quite bad. I mean, that's really, really scored. I did not expect it to be that bad. When you shove these cameras down into the cylinders, they show scoring, but that's really bad. And you can see just a bit of oil on top of it as well, which obviously isn't very good. Again, just another picture showing more scoring on another cylinder. Very, very deep scoring. It's really bad. Like I said in my last video, the car actually did start to do some knocking noises. A lot of people said that it should already have been doing it at that point, but it shows how quickly bore scoring can take hold. The car drove fine, and then all of a sudden it's starting to knock and burn loads and loads of oil. So it shows how quickly it can just turn. That's another picture, more scoring. Actually less scoring on this one, so I believe this one is cylinder 4. It's still got scoring on it though. So it hasn't just affected 5 and 6, it has affected all 3 of them, so really not very good. The next set of images are actually the best ones, in my opinion. I think they're fantastic actually. They really do show the extent of the damage, and it really does show how bad it really was. I mean, this is a picture of one of the pistons. As you can see, the whole side of the piston is just scuffed away. It looks absolutely horrific. It's really bad. It's like the coating has come off, which is what I think does actually happen. Again, another picture maybe from a different angle or a different piston, but again, very, very significant scoring on that one there. It's almost like the cylinders sort of are not circle, they just go sort of egg-shaped or something, because it's just worn off, like right at the end there. Again, another one. I'm assuming this is cylinder 4 because that had the least scoring on it, but some nice deep scores in this one as well. This is a picture of the oil pump. So they've obviously pointed out that it's got some scoring. I'm assuming it's all round this sort of circle area, but again, like I said at the start, I don't really know what I'm looking at, but apparently this isn't ideal. So I'm assuming at some point, because of the way the cylinders were scoring, shards of metal have then come into the oil pump and caused scoring in that as well. So it does show the damage from having bore scoring itself can actually spread to other parts of the car, which is obviously not really ideal. See what else we've got. Yeah, so this is a picture of the top of a piston, and if you actually look really carefully, it looks like there's just bits missing on it. That could be bits missing, but when I showed one of my friends, he said it looked like pre-detonation, and again, that's not something you'd want from your car, and that will mean the car was down on power. It didn't feel like it was down on power, but it is going to be interesting when it comes back to see if I'm going to gain any sort of power from this. So, like I said at the start of this video, I wasn't able to do any filming inside the garage, which was a real big shame, but the garage have been really, really kind and sending me lots of images and lots of explanation as to what they're doing to the car. I'm so excited to get the car back now. I just cannot wait, and I'm not looking forward to paying the bill, but I'm really looking forward to getting it back. I spoke to the garage the other day and asked a really daft question, which was, obviously, seeing as though it's having a full engine rebuild, it's having chains, oil, everything will be replaced, obviously. I did ask if they stamped the service book up. That's probably a really, really stupid question. Of course, they stamp it up. They obviously get stamped up as a major service, and they record all the extra bits they do. A few people had asked me what else I was going to get done to the car while the engine's out. So one of the things that someone mentioned to me was about the rear brake pipes. So I am going to drop them an email on Monday and just ask them about the rear brake pipes, whether that's something that needs doing while the engine's out or it's okay to leave. I don't want the cost of this build to absolutely skyrocket, because I've already had comments from people saying, why are you spending this kind of money on a car that it just isn't worth it? So I'm trying to keep the costs down, but at the end of the day, I think the car is worth spending this kind of money on. I love the car, I can't wait to get it back, and yeah, it's just gonna be a long, long wait now. And unfortunately, I think by the time it comes back, well, I've missed the best of the weather. Another thing I did ask them about, so along with the servicing, is asking them about an MOT. So the car's MOT is due to run out next month, so as soon as it's fixed and the engine's back in, it'll be going for its MOT, and it's got a rear spring which needs replacing, so that'll be done. And yeah, the car, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be like brand new when I get it back, and I'm really, really, really excited to get it back. I also want to take this opportunity to thank every single one of you now that has subscribed to the channel, because if I haven't done it already, I'm on the verge of hitting 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot tell you how much that means to me. Thank you so much for everyone that subscribed to this channel, because it really does mean a lot. I put a lot of effort into my videos, or I feel like I try to put a lot of effort into my videos, and it's nice when you get some recognition and you get really nice comments from everyone. So thank you so much for all of your positive comments and subscribing and watching all of my videos, whether some of them are quite boring or not. You're all so polite, so thank you for that. But yeah, this video has been a long time in the making. It's taken me a while to get all my footage together and actually sit down and make a video. So hopefully I'll get the next video out pretty sharp, because they've promised me that when the engine is going back in the car and it's getting rebuilt, then there'll be a lot more photos and a lot more videos, because it's more interesting, I suppose, putting the working engine back in. So as soon as I get an update on that, I'm going to make a video and get that fired out as fast as possible. I'm not going to leave everyone waiting for 3 weeks. And then what follows with the car after that is really interesting. So I'll be doing lots of road tests on it. I've got to break it in, because I assume it's a brand new engine. I can't exceed a certain number of revs. I've got to drive it carefully. So there's lots and lots of videos to come on this car. And if you're interested in watching the rebuild process, and not only the rebuild process, but obviously the process, the videos that follow it, when I'm using the car every day and how it is after it's been fitted with these steel liners, which I keep getting told off for fitting to the car, then please remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.